It's been a year since Newton's Principia Mathematica was published, and life has been a crisis. People are so caught up in the idea of nature being governed by math and order. There's a group of people calling themselves deists who believe that God and angels don't need to exist when gravity does everything we need. They've attacked the Catholic Church, believing that blind faith isn't enough. They think that reason must be used above all else, even the things we've accepted as facts for ages. They think diversity generates ideas, and refusing to tolerate them is wrong. They think humans are good and improvable. They think that society should focus on improving social and material life. Those silly idealists. Here today are some of the main perpetrators of this crisis. Coming up now, John Locke. His essay concerning human understanding argues that knowledge comes from experience, not information the world has already approved of for centuries. So why do you hate religion?
I don't. I'm only against forcing religious beliefs onto others, which would cause lack of diversity. People should evaluate their surroundings themselves based on the facts they see. Men are free by nature, and we're not subject to a monarch. Regardless of whether or not their beliefs are right, they are entitled to them.
So, what's your problem with the monarchy?
I believe that all people are born equal, with natural rights to life, liberty, and property. We're not to be disregarded, and our rights are not to be abused by a sovereign. A government should rule on the consent of its people, with the two in mutual agreement of their situation. The government is obligated to serve people, and laws should protect people, not restrict them. And if a sovereign were to reject this sacred trust, the people should just remove him.
I hear you were inspired by Thomas Hobbes.
Quite the contrary. I question his pessimistic ideas about the necessity of absolute rulers. I believe that there should be a social contract between a ruler and his subject, where consent of the government is only used so the people are consented.
There you have it, people. We are in a crisis. Who knows what will come next? Are you tired of Louis XIV? Tired of having to chop at your aristocrat's head 5, 10, maybe even 15 times before it pops off? Introducing the guillotine. Easy, cheap, and fast. All you have to do is pull the blade up and let it fall back down. Their head will be off in a snap. Hey, does your kid need a new toy? If you call now, we'll include 2 mini guillotines, ideal for small rodents and doll heads. Your kids will love it. And only $9.99? This price is ridiculous. Call now, 1-800-HEAD-OFF. That's 1-800-HEAD-OFF. Call now. Breaking news. In the midst of this French Revolution, these revolutionaries have drafted a new document, the Declaration of Rights of Man and Citizen. In it, they aim to topple the monarchy. They want a government with reason, based on the application of knowledge rather than religion and tradition. They're upset with the government near bankruptcy, poor harvest, drought, disease, and unaffordable bread prices, and King Louis's lack of help and additional taxation. They want reason in addition to liberty, so that they can have freedom of religion, press, and a reasonable government that doesn't torture its people. It sounds like they copied ideas from Voltaire's religious toleration, Montesquieu's government types, and Rousseau's belief that people should determine everything. This is all because those philosophers were works were read by ordinary readers and politicians. Now they all think that they know stuff. I can't believe they're throwing this whole revolution for individual liberties and the belief that reason should guide human affairs. Such idealists. And now they've signed the death certificate of our old order. Peasants are looting and burning the homes of tax collectors and elites. Is this what we want? Maybe this is enlightenment, but this is not God's light. This is the light of hellfire!
If you want to know more about the Declaration of Independence, natural rights, life, liberty, and property, and the separation of powers, the Two Treatises of Government by John Locke is the book for you. If you want to learn about the three branches, the separation of powers, and how geography and climate affect people, then you can get The Spirit of Laws by Montesquieu. If you like the First Amendment, the freedom of religion and expression, and the separation of church and state, then Voltaire's Works of Voltaire will be great for you.
For just $10,000, all these books and more can be yours.
Here at the studio is Dennis Diderot, here to speak to us about his life. Now, you first gained public attention upon the publication of your encyclopedia. What else have you done?
I was originally educated by the Jesuits. Upon my completion of my education, I composed several papers that contributed to the fields of philosophy, mathematics, and psychology. I often journeyed to various destinations throughout Europe. Recently, I just got back from visiting Catherine the Great of Russia to thank her for her patronage. I've traveled through many foreign courts as an intellectual. I even tried writing some literature.
So, not much. What was your encyclopedia anyway?
A compilation of scientific, social scientific knowledge and classical works that spread Enlightenment ideas. It was really great.
Speaking of which, you're considered a leader of the French Enlightenment. What do you have to say about this movement?
Oh, well, I actually
Just kidding! Breaking news! I have just received word from across the Pacific. The Americas have produced and signed the Declaration of Independence. Thomas Jefferson copied Locke's words, saying that there are natural rights to life, and liberty, which cannot be violated by the government. However, they think that these recent taxes have been unfair and violating their liberty, thereby violating their natural rights. Taking this offensively, they sought independence for years now, even causing a revolution against Great Britain. There have been rumors about a constitution for their government, dividing it into 3 branches, following Montesquieu's ancient suggestion. It's all thanks to that terrible Enlightenment movement, where they got all these terrible ideas. They insist on thinking for themselves, when clearly the British government knows best. They have all these theories on how plebeians should have a say in how they're ruled. We'll just see how long that lasts.